Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture in which we are going to study about the different factors that affect capillary suction or capillary rise in the soil. As you already know the formula that the maximum suction is nothing but that is equals to be Hc into gamma W. So this is the maximum suction and this is indicated by mu max. And yes, this is negative because this water suction is acting in the upward direction. Now, as we are going to talk about there's a mu max, that means we have to talk about the value of Hc, that is the capillary rise in the soil. So the first factor that you can directly see is the size of particles. So the first factor is the particle size. Now, if you remember the formula of Hc, that is nothing but that is 4 sigma cos theta upon gamma W into d. And this d is nothing but that is the size of voids. So let me write down that as the small d. So here, what I can say here that small d is nothing but that is the size of voids, and you know that coarse grain soil have bigger voids that can be even seen with the naked eyes, whereas a fine grained soil have smaller voids. So what I can say here that the size of voids is directly proportional to the grain size of the soil. Yes or no? That means what I can say here that bigger is the size of solids, bigger will be the voids size. And here you have seen that the height of capillary rise is inversely proportional to the size of voids. That means we can here say that the height of capillary rise will be more or it will be maximum for a fine grained soil, but it will be less for the coarse grained soil. That means Hc of a clay will be biggest, whereas it will be followed by the silt and then by the sand, and then finally the least will be of gravels. So if I talk about the general values, then for gravel this is between 2 to 10 centimeter, whereas for the sand this is between 10 to 100 centimeter, whereas for the silt this is around 100 to 1000 centimeter, whereas for the clay this is around 1000 to 3000 centimeter. So these are the values of general capillarity rise that we observe in the different type of soil. So the first factor you can either write down that as the particle size or void size or the type of soil also. Now let us move ahead to the second factor, and the second factor that we are going to discuss here is the water content, or you can also write down that as the moisture content. Now see here that we have drawn the capillarity like this. It was having a curved surface like this, and if I ask you that what is the upward direction force that was causing the lifting of the water, so that was nothing but that was the component of this particular sigma, that is the surface tension force, and that component was nothing but that was your sigma cos theta that was acting in the upward direction. Fine. But if I ask you that let us assume that if I am increasing the water content, then what will happen? See, this is the diagram that we saw for the pipe. But if I ask you about different particles, let us suppose that these are two particles and water is actually present between these two particular particles in the voids, and hence what you can see here, see, so let me assume that if a water content is less, then what I can see that this water will be sticked along the surface of the solids, and hence the direction of the surface tension will be in this direction. But this is when the water is less. Now let us suppose that the water content is a bit increased. Then what will happen here? You will see that the water surface will be like this. So this is the water surface now, and if you see here now, the water surface is actually in this direction, and hence the surface tension in the second case when the water content is more will be acting in the sigma 2 direction. And as the sigma 2 is more towards horizontal, the vertical component will decrease. So what I can say here, that as the water content is increasing, the meniscus is becoming more horizontal or flatter, and hence the component of your surface tension in the upward direction will keep on decreasing, and hence you can here say that as the water content increases, the capillary rise will be less because of the increase in the contact angle. So here what I can say, that as the water content increases, the meniscus become flatter. What is meant by that? That means theta value will keep on increasing if the value of water content is actually increasing. So what here I can say, that the height of capillary rise will keep on decreasing as the angle theta will keep on increasing. Fine. And hence from here what I can say, that the height of capillary rise, that is also nothing but that is your maximum capillary suction, will be inversely proportional to the water content. More is the water content, that means more flatter will be the meniscus, and hence lesser will be the height of rise. And yes, if we are talking about the saturated soil, then in saturated soil, as the water content is more, there will be no capillary rise in the saturated zone. So here what I can say here, that there is no capillarity rise. There is no capillarity rise in the saturated zone. In the saturated zone. So that is another point for the water content. Now let us talk about the third point, and that is nothing but that is the temperature. That is the temperature. Why temperature? Because actually temperature affects the surface tension. This temperature affects the surface tension. And if I talk about the surface tension, then the values of surface tension for water is actually important for us, because we are talking about the soil, and hence the surface tension for water is equals to be 72.8. That is equals to be 72.8 into 10 raised to power minus 8 kilonewton per meter at 20 degrees centigrade. Whereas if I am talking about the value of sigma, that is equals to be 75.8 into 10 raised to power minus 8 kilonewton per meter at 4 degrees centigrade. Obviously from here you can say that the value of a sigma will be inversely proportional to the temperature. Yes or no? More is the temperature, lesser is the value of a sigma. And the reason for that is that the force of attraction between the molecules will keep on decreasing with the increase in the temperature. As the force of attraction decreases, then obviously unbalanced force, that is the surface tension, will also decrease with the increase in temperature. And from here, as you already know, that HC is directly proportional to sigma, will be also inversely proportional to the temperature. That means more is the temperature, lesser will be the height of rise, and hence lesser will be your maximum capillary suction. So that is another point for you to remember here. And yes, if you see here that the formula of HC is nothing but this. Fine. So if I take the value of theta, that is the contact angle, as a 0 degree for the water, and you can here directly see that this will be nothing but this will be equals to be a function of temperature into or divided by small d. Why? Because see, if the temperature is constant, then the value of sigma will be constant, theta is 0 degree for water, and gamma w is also constant for a particular temperature. So from here what you can say that it will be equals to be a function of temperature divided by your small d, and hence from here you can say the value of HC is nothing but that is equals to be 0.29 times of d for the temperature of 20 degree, whereas this HC is equals to be taken as 0.30 by d at 4 degrees centigrade. But here, yes, the value of d is in centimeter. Also remember, the value of d is in centimeter and height of rise is also in centimeter. But yes, this is the effect of temperature, that is our third factor. Now move ahead to the fourth factor, and that is nothing but that is the value of plasticity index. So the fourth factor that we are going to discuss here is the plasticity index. As you already know that the plasticity index is nothing but that is the measure of cohesion, and that is also depending upon the size of solids. Plasticity index is more for the fine grained soil. It's obviously is more that for the fine grained soil. More is the soil fine grained, more is the value of IP. But if a soil is more fine grained, what I can say that the value of HC will also be more for that particular soil. Why? Because for the fine grained soil, the size of voids will be smaller and hence the value of capillary rise will be more. So this is another relation, and yes, you understand the main reason for this. Now move ahead to the fifth factor, and that is the denseness of a soil. Denseness of soil. Obviously, the same soil can be present into various states. Maybe it will be present in the loose state or intermediate state or in the dense state. If the soil is dense, then its size of voids will be smaller. So obviously we can here say that more is the denseness of the soil, smaller will be the void size. So it will be inversely proportional to the void's size. And yes, now you can here say that smaller is the void, more will be the height of capillary rise. So what I can say, in a dense soil, size of voids is small and hence the height of capillary rise will be more for such particular soil. Now the sixth factor that we are going to discuss here is nothing but that is the angle of contact. Angle of contact, and yes, you already know the formula, that is 4 sigma cos theta divided by your gamma w into d. Hence what I can say here that the value of HC is directly proportional to the angle, that is actually inversely proportional to the angle theta. So this is inversely proportional to the angle theta, because more is the value of theta, then obviously cos theta will keep on decreasing. So that is the simple term. Now let us move ahead to the next factor, and that is the presence of dissolved solids or dissolved salts. See, actually this dissolved salts affect the value of surface tension in the water, and yes, if salts are more, then the surface tension will keep on increasing. So what I can say that HC is directly proportional to the surface tension, that is indicated as sigma here, and hence it will be directly proportional to the dissolved salts. So if a particular soil is salty or is having water that is having more salt, then more capillary rise will be observed in such particular soil. So now let us move ahead to some more parts that are related to the capillarity in the soil. And the first point that you have to remember here is about the size of voids, because obviously you know already that the size of voids is an important factor while affecting the capillarity in soil. But the size of voids is taken equals to be 20% of the diameter of solids. This is an important observation that you should remember here, that if the size of voids is not given, then you can take that as the 20% of the diameter of solids, and here also you take the effective size of the solids. So what you actually take here, that is the effective size of solids, because the size of solids vary in a particular soil, that you have already studied in the particle size distribution, that all solids are not of same size, obviously. So in that case, as the solid size is not fixed, you have to take a particular size, and the size that we are going to take here is nothing but that is the effective size of soil, and that is nothing but that is your D10. This is defined by Allen Hazen. This is defined by the Allen Hazen. So here, if I ask you what is the diameter of voids, then that will be equals to be the diameter of the solids, especially effective size, that is D10, and as I am saying that is 20%, that means it will be 1/5 of the size of void. So this is a relation that you can remember for your calculations or for your reference also. Now, after that, the another thing that you can remember here, that this relation was actually used by Allen Hazen to give the value of HC directly, and this HC max is actually related by this D10 as equals to be C by E into D10, where E is the void ratio, D10 is the effective size of the soil, but the value of a C is nothing but that is equals to be 0.1 to 0.5 centimeter cube, whereas the value of D10 is taken as in centimeter. So this is another formula that you can remember here. And now let us move ahead to the next part, and the next part that you can relate again here is nothing but that is the volume of voids. As you know that the volume of voids is directly proportional to the volume is equals to be 4 by 3 pi r cube, that you already know. That means that is nothing but that is directly proportional to the diameter of voids raised to power 3. So what I can say, that is the dia of voids to the power 3. Okay, and this is nothing but this is d cube. I am just taking here that the size of voids is nothing but that is small d. But if I ask you that the volume of a solids, obviously volume of solids will be nothing but that will be directly proportional to the size of void raised to power 3. So size of solid raised to power 3, because we are going to calculate the size of solids here. So obviously you have to use the diameter of solids, that is D10 raised to power 3. Now, as you already know that void ratio is nothing but that is volume of voids to the volume of solids. So this can be written as d cube upon d10 cube. Yes or no? And from here you can say that small d will be nothing but that will be e raised to power 1 by 3 into d10. So this is a relation for the size or the diameter of the voids. And if you are going to use the same relation for the formula of your height of capillary rise, that is given by 4 sigma cos theta divided by gamma w into small d. So this can be written down as 4 sigma c. Value of theta is 0 degree for water. So cos theta will be 1. 4 sigma upon gamma w into e raised to power 1 by 3 into d10. So this is another relation that you can get for the value of HC by using these factors affecting the capillarity. So that is actually an important lecture for the capillarity in the soil. And yes, we have covered all the factors that affect capillarity in soil. So we are going to meet again in our next lecture with some more concepts, because we are actually also using this capillarity even for the determination of effective stress, total stress, when there is capillarity in the soil also. So I am ending this lecture here only. We will meet again in our next lecture. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.